Good morning, lovely people. Today is Monday, the 29th of August, and I am here once again to give you a lovely weekly reading to see what the cards are going to tell us. So we just give it another quick little shuffle, and then we'll see what the cards have in store for us today. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to take these off here. Oh, got the Empress. And got the Page of Cups. And we have the Three of Wands. Okay. Now this is a really interesting combination of cards actually, because all of these cards speak about creativity. I find this quite fascinating. So it looks, lovely people, like we are in for a very creative week. Now, one of the things that I find quite interesting just about looking at this combination of cards is that personally, I always find the beginning of September to be a very creative time for me each year. And it's almost as if it's, for some people, the new year is January, but then for me, it feels like the new year is always September, because maybe it's to do with the new school year type of thing. Anyway, back to the cards. We've got the Empress. So the Empress is a major arcana card. And this card, when it's a major arcana card, this card is, it's about a big shift in your life. And whereas the other cards are more about day-to-day, week-to-week sort of shifts, the major arcana card is very much about something that's going to be happening to you over the next few months. The Empress card is she's like the mammy of the tarot. She's very much about mothering. She's about creativity, about fertility, nurturing, and abundance. So this Empress card is very much about the cycle of life. She's very much about new concepts and ideas, and about these ideas then becoming reality. So there's a real flowing of creativity with the Empress, and very much she's about a new inspiration. And this inspiration is flowing is flowing freely. So the other thing with the Empress is very much about self-love, and that you need to have self-love in order to move forward. So a question you could ask yourself with this card is, are you feeling safe? Is there a part of your life that maybe needs nurturing, or maybe a part of your life that needs protection? And what the Empress is saying is that you are safe, and that there is so much abundance around you that you just need to tap into it. But in order to tap into it, you have to release your creativity to tap into it. Now, the other interesting thing with with this Empress is that even though it is a card about creativity, as a lot of us know, when we're creative, it can be very haphazard, and ideas are rushing in here and there. And so this card is telling us that although we have all of these ideas, this abundance of ideas, we do need disciplining. So we need to exercise self-disciplining, and in order to prune and organize our ideas. Now this is followed by the Page of Cups, which I think is really interesting, because where the Empress is about this flowing of creative ideas and this sense of abundance, the Page of Cups is saying that there are opportunities close at hand for what you're seeking, and that your goals would be made more clear as you progress. So this is another card of creativity. It's another card of new experiences. And this card is the Page of Cups. And the Cups is about the heart. It's about romance. It's about trusting your intuition. And it's about seeking your identity or recognition. So it's very much an enthusiastic card. And the Page of Cups is, it's saying that these new experiences will open up your eyes, and in a very creative way, where you'll find new approaches to what you're doing. So this is a very spontaneous card. It's a card about being instinctive, and it's also being imaginative. So it's a very transformative card. And this card is saying it's time to play. Do something expressive, follow your heart. And it's about communicating your feelings through creativity. So when this card comes up, it's telling you to tune out your inner critic. And it's about looking for ways in which to do that. And that really is to go back to that time when you would have been a child and you didn't have that inner critic. You just did things with abundance or abandonment, and therefore abundance. And this now leads to the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is another really creative card. So I think it's really interesting that these three cards have come up one after another, because the Three of Wands is about creativity, it's about discovery, and it's very much about thinking outside of the box. Now, if you can see here, you've got the Three of Wands, and then the Empress is also the third card in the major arcana. So we've got two number threes here. And the number 3 in terms of numerology is very much about creation. It's about successful outcomes, and it's very much about thinking outside of the box. So with the Three of Wands, you have possibilities, imagination, and it's about, the Three of Wands is very much about the grand scale of things to come. So it's saying that the creative energy is very strong, which we're getting from the first two cards. However, the Three of Cards is about actually the organization that the Empress is missing. And this card is about, it's very much about identifying what you truly want. Because if you don't know what it is you want, then it's very hard to make a plan. So it's identifying what you want and to be clear what your goal is. So when you know what your goal is, it's a little bit like having a treasure map, so that something to follow. And when this card comes up, I'm looking at it's a time to see things in a different light, new perception, this thinking outside of the box. The Wands are very much about adventure, and whereas the Cups are about the heart and enthusiasm and trusting your intuition, the Wands are very much about the spirit. They're about being excited and trusting impulse, and also seeking stimulation. So these cards actually all go very beautifully together. And what I would be suggesting is that this card is saying that in order for you to have the abundance that the Empress is suggesting is there, that you do need to be very clear what your goal is. And you might ask yourself every day, are you doing at least one thing that contributes to achieving what it is you want to achieve? Because, wanting something, it just isn't enough. Would be great if it was, but, it isn't. We need to action stuff in order to get what we want, in order to achieve what we want. So I just think these three cards together are absolutely amazing. And also, the other thing is with the Empress. The Empress is very much about giving birth. So it's giving birth to an idea, to a project, or to a child. And the same, it's very much the same with the Page of Cups, because the Page of Cups is very much about giving birth as well. So that could be to a child, it could be again to a project, it could be new education. And then the Three of Wands is about kind of solidifying all of that. You know, it's the Three of Wands is actually making it happen. So you've got the concept, the opportunities, and the solidifying, really, I think, when you look at these three cards. So I'd like to thank you all for coming and being with me today. If you feel any of this applies to your current situation, do let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So please leave your comments below in the comments below. And if you would like to know more details about your own specific situation, do please contact me on my website at transformational.org. Once again, thank you so much for being here, and have a fabulous week.